All right. This next problem on my screen shows up as 1.1.20. 1.1.20. And let's see here. That's the second one that I've assigned at this point anyway. So the next thing that we're asked to do on this problem anyway is to use this graph over here. We'll bring it out so we can see it a little bit bigger here in a separate window, and determine when it is positive and when it is negative. So what does that mean? So positive and negative just refers to the fact that at sometimes, like on this graph, these I call them these arms up here. So these arms right here and right here, that those actually, like here, this arm, and then this one up here, those are positive when they're above that x-axis. So I think that's the origin there, -2, negative, yeah. So they would be positive from this for the, whenever you're doing this, it's in regard to the x values. So between this -4 to 2, maybe that's the easiest part to talk about. That parabola is below the x-axis, so those y, the answers, the range, those are all negative. So if we come over here, and they want interval notation here. I think I told you in the last video, sometimes it's confusing how they switch that back and forth. But if you come back over here, maybe I got to get rid of this window for let me type it here. So between the -4 and the 2, and when it's right on the x-axis, the y is 0. 0 is neither positive or negative. It's the very thing that separates those. So 0 is not going to be included, and the point where it's -4 because it's 0, or where it's 2, it's 0. So you're going to use parentheses here for your interval notation since the endpoints are not included. Smaller number always on the left, larger number always on the right. And again, those parentheses, because at the -4 and the 2, it's not negative there, it's 0, and that is not positive or negative. So then when we come up here to enter where is it positive, this gets a little bit more tricky. And sometimes different programs have you do it a little bit different. Like this program says, if you have more than one answer, put a comma in between them. So like over here on this arm out here, how far to the left does it go? Well, it keeps going. It's a parabola. So that's going to be and you can never equal infinity. So it goes forever to the left, and then comma, and then it stops. It stops when it gets to this -4. This arm stops at the -4. And again, that's not positive there. It's 0. 0 is not positive or negative. So it's not included. And then a comma. And then where else is this parabola positive or above the x-axis? The y's are positive. So that'd be over here, starting at this 2, and it's a parabola. So it's implied that it keeps going forever to the right. So then 2 forever to the right is this infinity down here. And again, the square bracket is when you equal something. You never can equal infinity, because just as soon as you think you get there, it moves over another one. So infinities always have the soft bracket, some people call it, I just say parentheses because that's what I'm typing on my keyboard. And the hard bracket is when it actually equals something. So let's see how we did here. And there we have it. Hope that helps.